Dirty Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Lake Tahoe, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Good morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
It's going great. I could have slept for a few more hours after a big day of golf yesterday. We played the Boys and Girls Club tournament yesterday after a fantastic comedy show on Saturday night and a long drive up on Friday. So, it's been a long weekend. Could have slept in, but going to drive back down to LA today, or Oxnard, Port Hueneme today. So figured to get up, talk some sports with my guy, Andy Ruther, fight through having no coffee here at the condo, and then hit the road back.
Will you make any detours to Brian Dable's home?
I imagine that Brian Dable is not living in his home. I would imagine he's in an undisclosed location where fans of the New York Football Giants cannot find him. Because it's spooky season. We're coming up on Halloween, and his head right now, that fat, bald head of his, it feels like it's begging to have an axe put through it.
What a choke job, man.
Bro, let me just tell you how much of a fucking choke job this was to the New York Giant fan that was in the middle of a golf tournament yesterday. So essentially yesterday I watched Red Zone all day, because typically what I do when I'm at home, I get the multiple TVs going. I get Red Zone on one. I get the Giants game on another. I get another game or two split on a third TV, kind of bounce around, switching channels, switching rooms. My football Sundays, there's a lot of movement. But when the Giants are on, I typically just watch the Giants game for the most part, and then I'll throw like Red Zone on my laptop or something, and I'll just have the Giants game on. Yesterday, for some reason, the DirecTV app is not allowing me to watch the Giants game. Just like the channel's there, but when you press it, there's no watch. I was like, okay, so. The 10 minutes before pregame, before the kickoff, I'm trying to figure it out. Eventually, I'm just well, taking an L today, but I guess it's just Red Zone the whole day while I'm in this golf cart. Watching this whole Giants game on Red Zone was glorious up to a point. It was 19-0. I said to my buddy who's playing with me, I got Giants fucking defense and fantasy 3/4 pitching a goddamn shutout, blah, 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 blah. No joke. We play 2 holes of golf and they cut back to the Giants game, and it's a 3-point game or whatever. I was like, what in the fuck could have literally just happened? Was my whole shit on delay and it just caught up? How the fuck? And I'm going, and now I'm scrolling through. I'm how? You have to be. This is Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl level, where it's just you have to actively be trying to let them come back. Now, Jackson Dart obviously had a terrible interception, but yes, it was terrible, but at the same time, I'm not oh my God, what a fucking terrible play. His feet were stuck in the ground. He tried to make a play. He just didn't put enough touch on it. And it was right to a dude. To come back on the next drive and just have nothing nothing planned, and just go the quick 3 and out. That was the entire game. That's the Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl shit, where you're like, a perfect storm has to come together. You follow up an interception, again, not a great play, but a rookie play with the no fucking strategy, scared, 2 and out, and then 3 and out. You miss a guy on third down. It was just, and I was like, this is pathetic. And then here's the great thing about the Giants' future, whether that Brian Daboll is part of it or not. When they get down late in the game, I was like, Jackson Dart is absolutely driving them down the field for a score here. And this is mid meltdown. This is mid meltdown. I was like, they're definitely scoring. And then when they score with 37 seconds left or whatever it was, I was like, yeah, they're going to come down and kick a field goal. This is ridiculous. It was a nightmare. It was like, but you know what we talked about last episode or 2 episodes ago? Like, what's the hope? What's the goal or whatever? And it's like, play close games, get experience. Like the experience there for Jackson Dart is, okay, we have a minute and 40 seconds left or whatever it is, and I got to get down the field and score a touchdown if we want to win this game. He did it. Like, I am infinitely excited about the future of Jackson Dart. I mean, I was sitting on the couch last night here at the Airbnb, and a friend of mine comedian Mark Smalls, who came up to play, was watching the highlights, and he was like, bro, is this guy like the best quarterback in the NFL? And I was like, no, but there's signs.
Well, I mean, look, I obviously, like many people, I felt that game was in full control, and I took the Giants. The Giants were one of my pick 7 picks, so I was like feeling really good. And then they started to come back, and I was in one of those like laying on the floor, like the baby's like playing around with toy, I'm like dozing in and out at times. And by dozing, you mean like you can't really sleep, like maybe a minute tops here and there, 2 minutes here and there. And then I was like, how? Yeah, same thing. I missed a couple things. And then they drove, and I was like, okay, they were still going to win. But these, like, you see it all the time now, these teams, it's like 40 seconds has turned into an eternity now for these teams. 30 seconds.
Or, for a great example, the Giants' fourth quarter turns into a world where you can just score 30. Dude, they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter.
It's the most ever, right?
If you are just like, all you have to do is be thoughtful of the fact, and again, this goes back to the Atlanta Super Bowl, be thoughtful of the fact that they might come back. Strategize your whole fourth quarter like they might come back. When you're in control of that game, and that's something that good coaches, great coaches do, which is what made Chiefs games, Pats games, old Giants Coughlin games, what made them boring to an extent was I went to a Giants Niners, I was it week 1, week 2, it was a early season game in 2012 after the Giants and the Niners had played in the 2011 NFC Championship game. And the Giants were up, I don't know, 22 points or something. Let's call it 22 points. The entire second half was so fucking boring. The entire second half was Tom Coughlin just like, dude, we're not going to win this game 35-0. We're going to win this game 22-6. Like, we're running the ball. It was an exciting first half watching your team beat the team that they played in the NFC Championship game the week before. But the second half, I was like, should we leave? We're just gonna go 3 runs for the rest of the game and ice this thing. Third quarter, we're going into run the clock mode. And he's like, yeah, I'm not losing this game. I'm not gonna make it fun.
Sure. Well, they will definitely play not to lose, not to win.
It's the worst.
I mean, he's got to be fired. Like that game, like that's the nail in the coffin.
They're absolutely not going to fire him, which is insane. but they're for sure. I mean, they're not going to fire him in the season.
I mean, look, you win that game, you're 3-4, you have some serious momentum.
How about if they win, going back again
to the Saints?
To the Saints.
Because like Denver to me, and we're going to do a contenders and pretenders later in the show, as far as like teams, evaluating teams that we think can contend or pretend for a Super Bowl. And I'll just tip it early. Like the Broncos for me are total pretenders,
right?
100%.
Yeah,
like it's not even close.
And listen, whenever we do stuff like this on the show, it's the Giants or the Eagles or the Bengals or the whatever. It's like a biased conversation. We're just the approach to talking about this game is entirely about the Giants blowing the game, and there's probably Broncos fans out there about, like, what about us? And it's like, yeah, we played like fantastic job in the fourth quarter, fantastic job, but it doesn't matter if you are the undefeated Miami team that won the Super Bowl or the fucking 2007 Pats or whatever. Like, you should, no matter how good you are, the other team should be, if they're a fucking Pop Warner football team with a coach that's competent, should be able to run out the fourth quarter and escape with like dude, it's the NFL.
Well, you also could look at it like
with a road win.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good team. Get yourself, like you said, the momentum of winning 2 games against fucking playoff teams. Back to back.
For sure.
Dart gets in the fucking end zone at the end. Scatterboo with the touch. Like all the things that this Giants team is building around.
Well, you have to view it again. I don't think a lot of these coaches, I think a lot of them it's weird. Like, you're an NFL coach, you think you'd be smart. I think a lot of them are too stupid to view it from a perspective. How many possessions do we want them to have? Or how many possessions might they have? So if you have a 3-possession lead, in your head, you got to say, they shouldn't get the ball 3 times max in the fourth quarter.
If you have a 3-possession lead, if you are up 19-0 as the Giants, right? Your thought process should be, okay, if they get the ball 3 times and it just happens to be 3 scores, that would be bad. But if we put 2 points on the board in this fourth quarter, if we kick a field goal in this fourth quarter, this game is over. To not be able to just,
and they scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
It's insane
in the fourth quarter. I mean, like that game, I'm looking at the times now. Granted, Denver, was driving to start the fourth quarter to score, but it's like the Giants go right back down and score.
Yeah.
At that point, they're up. I mean, look at that. It's 26-8 with 10:14 to go. It's almost insane. 26-8. So again, you're back up 3 possessions with even less time in the game, about 10 minutes and change. Somehow you allowed Denver to get the ball 4 times and score 4 more times in 10 minutes? That is insane. That's just bad coaching. That's all 100% on the coach. Yeah, Dart made a bad mistake in that pick for sure, but like all those things to happen, that's 100% on the coach.
Yeah. You have to be able to, you have to be coaching that fourth quarter with, oh, we might fumble a snap. Oh, we might whatever. But that's why you're running the fucking clock. And I'll take it one step further with this Giants team. That's extra frustrating. They still win that game if the fucking kicker doesn't miss 2 extra points. We're still living in a fucking world with the New York Giants where Graham Gano is on a injured reserve list. We talk about the fantasy footballization of the NFL. It's literally the one moment where I'm like, why isn't the GM fantasy footballized in this? Graham Gano has not been that good for us. Every year he misses like 4 games. with a fucking hamstring injury, and at least one of those games they end up having the punter place kick, and it becomes a game where we have to go for 2. And now we're picking up a guy off. I legit hope that the place kicker for the Giants is hung in his closet already. Like I hope he's already done. Like then we just pick up guys off the fucking street. Like, why is Graham Gano even on the? Or let's just like, why didn't you just go out and get a fucking kicker? No, they're like, he's coming back. We'll just take this kid who's never kicked in the NFL before. Get Graham Gano back for week 9 or whatever. It's like, bro, in the fantasy football, you're like, oh, my kicker's out. I'm dropping him, picking up another guy.
Yeah, the kicking game is so important now. And the stats they're showing it. They're talking about just how good these guys are for the most part. Especially in the long field goals. Now we have discussed guys missing chip shots, guys missing extra points. It's just so crucial. You can't, regardless of the fourth quarter, like you can't, dude. My point is, you got to win the majority of your games. 9 out of 10 games you have to win when you score 30 points. You just do. Just any team. If you score 30 points and still lose, that your D is garbage. It's mind-boggling to me how a defense pitches a shutout. That's what I can't get over. You pitch a shutout for 3 quarters. And then it's like you just forgot how to play.
But that is 100% on the coach again, because look, you give up your first score. Jackson Dart gives you a short field. They score on you again. Then you come back with a horrific, the most key possession of the whole game, a horrific 3 and out. And just an uninspired shit call 3 and out. And now the defense is back on the field again.
Yeah.
And now they're giving up more points. And now they're like, oh, fuck, the collapse has begun. On 3 possessions, they keep fucking scoring. Like now the wheels are off, and they feel some sort of way about it when 20 minutes ago they felt like we're fucking pitching a shutout. This is the best thing, but they're not getting any fucking rest because their coach is like, oh, whatever, it'll be fine. Fucking up 3 scores, and then and I'll tell you what the most frustrating thing. This might be where DirtBall breaks for me, where I'm just like, there's no coming back from this. You slamming your headset after the game. Who are you mad at, bro?
Yeah.
Who are you mad at? You? It's like getting up in the morning, making yourself a cup of coffee, pissing in it, tasting it, and then throwing it against the wall and be like, what the fuck is this? This dude is super pissed off about being a fucking clown. Like, bro, it's 100%. And this goes back again to, what do NFL head coaches do? It's like, at this point, 1A on your job sheet is time management.
Yeah.
You're not calling the plays. You're not calling the defense. Manage the fucking time. Get on the headset and be like, all right, just so we know, our plays here, this is ice the game mode. This is Cam Scatterbo till the wheels fall off mode. We're on the road in Denver against a great team with a great defense. We have a fucking lead. We go turtle inside our shell. Pull your arms and your legs in. And let this kid fucking run over a couple people. And take every fucking snap down to the last 3 seconds. You have a team with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, you really do got to start taking the snaps down way earlier than people, like when you have
completing passes that are easy, that don't stop the clock. Passes.
It's just he's not ready for this. He's just not a coach at this point for the NFL. He's not. I mean, you watch some of these other games where coaches have it together, and it's night and day, man. It's just night and day. You're right. They probably won't fire him in season, but
They won't fire him in season because of Jackson Dart. And listen, there's some part of me that's like, all right, fine. Like we don't need it. We don't need a coaching. Because here's the thing: that rookies are going to make rookie mistakes. That pick was a rookie mistake. Because, sure, you're trying to make a play and your feet are stuck in the ground and whatever. But the only reason that you're trying to make that play is because you're a rookie and you're not thinking about the fact of like, we're up in this game. Eli Manning never makes that throw because he's like, bro, I'm going to punt out the rest of this game. Like, I'm not going to, the only thing I'm not going to do is throw a pick on our side of the field. I don't care if I take a sack. I don't care if I throw the ball away. I don't care if I throw a fucking bomb downfield that's picked off, but I'm not throwing a pick on our end of the field. And that's a rookie mistake. And rookies are going to make mistakes. But my God, I'm no joke to the point with some of Jackson Dart's plays and his leadership ability and the way he's slippery and where I'm like, Giants might run shit for a while if they can get something going around this kid. Like, I think he's that good.
He's playing pretty good. I'm like I said, my worry is injuries.
Because of the way he plays. For sure.
Plays. That's a concern.
They redraft that. They did the draft again today. He's one overall. Like, no doubt about it.
He's looked nice, and that's without Neighbors,
a real receiver.
Yeah. Obviously, Scadaboo's been a great compliment. I can't wait for their podcast together.
Yeah,
they'd be a good wrestling duo as well.
If the guys in New York who produced the fucking Roommates podcast haven't already been like, here's $40 million. Do you want it or not? Then they're insane.
I mean, can you imagine if they were a wrestling duo, Dart and Boo walking out, a good tag team duo?
Yeah.
I don't know if we go with those names. We could work with it. I mean, that's just off the top of my head. I think they'd be good, but yeah, epic. Like leave it this way. You know what else, Giants? Like a lot of these games at the end, I have my schedule with my kids, and I like everything got prolonged because I ended up watching these. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, these games are out of hand. We can start the bath. We can start the bed. I'm getting yelled at from upstairs. Why aren't you up there yet? Why aren't you up? Why don't you start the bath for Molly? Sorry, the Giants are blowing this game, Brittany. Sorry. I got to watch it till the end now.
I have to figure out whether or not I have to find a new podcast partner for tomorrow, because there's a chance Prano might be in the lake.
What other game was going on then that also took a turn that was like, what were the other late games? That was
the Packers.
That was it.
Arizona.
I was like, both these games are going down to the end. They're going later. Which, by the way, for all the disses for Jacoby Brissoli, their offense has looked way better the last 2 weeks with him than Kyler Murray. Here's a stat for you I saw. This will blow your mind.
Is there ever, like, if you could describe Jacoby Brissoli's, like, if somebody had to sum up his entire career, it's like, Jacoby Brissoli almost won again.
It's literally his MO. He plays pretty well, and they almost win. He's like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Listen to this stat. 3 QBs. You and I just love talking about QBs in the show. We love talking about money, what these guys are getting paid. Here's a terrifying stat if you are a fan of these 3 teams or these quarterbacks and their teams. Tua, we all know how Tua's playing this year. They're 1-6. He got benched yesterday. He's statistically, I think, having his worst year. Tua, Trevor Lawrence, and Kyler Murray have a combined $131 million guaranteed to them next year.
Crazy.
Those 3, $131 million. And I'm going to say it right now. None of those guys are making the playoffs. Obviously, the Dolphins aren't and the Cardinals aren't. But I'm going to say the Jags aren't.
Listen, Brian Dable is not fired. The only reason Brian Dable has not been fired today, this second, that already is because of the development of Jackson Dart. How in the world? And I expect the answer to come before the end of the show, or more likely the way our podcast has always worked, 40 minutes after the show ends.
Mike McDaniel, yeah.
How is he not already fired?
I agree.
How is he not? Or you got fucking ass raped by the Browns, bro.
Yeah.
Ass raped.
I mean, he threw 3 picks. I think he had 3 fumbles too. I mean, it's bad. He's bad.
Tua or McDaniel or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Like they went all in. I saw a funny post. This basically epitomizes McDaniel. Somebody posted yesterday, and like took me a second. I was like, "Oh, I get it now." Basically, I forget the exact post, but the gist was, "Thanks, Mike McDaniel. Now none of us will ever get a job in the NFL again." It was basically saying like the common folk, like who just think like who knows analytics. No, basically the joke is that like he never should have had this job. Just the nerd stat dude, the Madden kid, is never gonna get a job again because that's what Mike McDaniel was. Hey, but he went on Pat McAfee and he swore, Joe. He was dropping F-bombs and he was.
Oh, you want to talk about podcasts? The Mike McDaniel is fired Dan Soder podcast is going to just be legendary. Just these guys fucking playing with wrestling buddies and talking Madden. And it's like, one's a former coach in the NFL, the other's a comedian. This is fucking Mike and Dan.
I don't know much about Dan Soder.
You know, they were besties as a kid.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Those two were.
Yeah.
I was like, interesting, fascinating. I mean, what a mess though. You go all in. You go all in on Tua because your dumpster fire of a head coach is going all in. And let's just come full circle here. Let's just come full circle. Brian Flores was right. Brian Flores was right. Oh, he was mean. He was a bully. I don't really care. Brian Flores was right about Tua all along. You guys are better off.
It's very interesting. We love talking about quarterbacks on this show, but it's very interesting that we're now at a point in the NFL where the quarterback is so important that head coaches need to straight up decide. They have to decide.
They do.
Am I in on this guy or am I not in on this guy? When it's like that, you shouldn't have to. You should just be coaching football games to win and be able to adjust on the fly and be able to go, yeah, this isn't my guy, but like, so let's not give him a bunch of money. Let's have a good backup that I can go to. Let's whatever. But like this idea that, I mean, we're going back. You're okay?
something popped up on my feed. I was trying to look up something else. Some kid having sex with a girl in a porta potty. I don't even know how to react to this.
What do you mean my feed? What feed is showing you porn?
It's not even porn. It's I guess out of South Carolina. I get sports stuff. It just says game. I mean, it's not like it's like the guy opens the porta potty to pee and the guy is doggy style and you just see the guy's butt. I don't know. Apparently it's at a South Carolina game.
Is this on X?
It's on X. 4 seconds. Anyway. By the way, would you ever do that? Like that is.
I've had sex in a porta potty.
No, you have not.
Yeah.
No, you have not.
At Mardi Gras.
Oh my God, dude. That's like some Ruther stuff. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like to completion?
No, but like drunken. It was. I'm married. I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah.
What's that, 20 years ago?
Yeah, but there was insertion in a porta potty.
Wow. No, chill. Okay, let's go back to the QB discussion.
My point is, these guys.
I agree, by the way.
Tying their
career.
Not only tying their career, but then also, like, I mean, the Giants, the situation is a complete and total, like, perfect example of this. It's like Dable is probably not getting fired because he's like Mr. Jackson Dart now. Meanwhile, the last couple of years, he was just like, I'm just saying, just so everybody knows, this isn't my guy. This isn't my guy. Don't get rid of me. Get rid of this guy, and then give me a shot without this guy because this isn't my guy. Who are you talking about? The NFL MVP? That was the guy that was not your guy? Weird take, bro.
You know who's moving up in that MVP? Guess who's back?
Patrick
back
Mahomes.
Again. He's current. And I'm just pulled up DraftKings. Mahomes is the current odds-on favorite.
No, that's crazy. That's insane.
He has jumped to the clear favorite after yesterday.
Wow.
He's plus 150. Baker Mayfield's plus 320. Josh Allen's plus 4. Wow. No love for Daniel Jones. This is how it goes. Patrick Mahomes plus 150. Baker Mayfield plus 320. Josh Allen plus 400. Drake May plus 950. Matt Stafford plus 1,000. Jared Goff plus 2,000. Daniel Jones plus 2,200.
And listen, I was being
sarcastic,
sure. But also the point is, you're for Brian Dable right now. It's even more like this should be something that's considered. Where it's like, I don't know. There's another coach out there that's fucking blowing people out every game with Daniel Jones. And
by the way,
and you couldn't compete. Your opinion was, I can't compete with this guy. And they're the 1 seed in all of football.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. Like, obviously, I have Colts as a discussion point on this show today. Guys, it's not even close. Like, you say what you want, and we'll discuss it, and we can kind of jump. If we want to, we can jump into the contender/pretender talk now as we talk Colts. But I'll just say it's not even up for debate as far as from a dominance statistical analysis. Through 7 weeks, the Colts have been the most dominant team in the NFL. It's not close. It's not close. They're number 1 in points per game in the whole league. Number 10 in giving up points per game. So they're still top 10 there defensively. And like you said, blowing out. Their point differential is plus 92. I think the second highest is like plus 58. Like, they are kicking teams' asses. Now, I know everyone says, oh, light schedule. They have had a pretty light schedule. Still beat Denver. Guys, they still went on the road. Like, I know it's not a big time home field advantage, if any, for the Chargers. They still went all the way out to LA and beat the shit out of the Chargers. It's not even close. The Colts are the most dominant team through 7 weeks. Their defense is improved. Their offense obviously is improved. They have a running game. They have a QB.
It's amazing too that Jonathan Taylor wasn't higher on that list.
Yeah. I think you lost are you connected to your mic? It's crazy.
Sorry, should be back.
Yeah, you're back. But like, I'm sure, we'll kick this off. Contenders, pretenders. The Colts are a contender. You can't deny that.
I would have said, literally this time last week, I would have said fun start, happy for Daniel Jones, pretender. And like you said, it's like, all right, the Chargers don't have like the world's greatest home field advantage or whatever, but like the Chargers are a good football team. The Chargers, we can do the Chargers next if you want. I don't even know if they're on your list, but the going in there, going to the West Coast and winning that game the way they do, I was just like,
Yeah.
Here's the thing about playing contenders, pretenders right now, and saying the Colts are pretenders. Whether or not you think they'll win the Super Bowl, which do I think they will win the Super Bowl? No, I don't. But like, what purpose is there to watching any of these games and analyzing shit and breaking anything down if you're going to watch what the Colts have done so far and say pretender?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to me, this was
we've done the paper tiger thing with the fucking Cowboys in seasons, and we've done the paper tiger thing with like a Goff Rams team or whatever, and it's like they weren't 6-1.
Yeah, they weren't 6-1. They weren't just like you said,
steamrolling teams.
Unlike
on the road of running the ball down people's throats.
Yeah, unlike the Giants when they had that big lead, they're up 20-3. They didn't relent, and that's my thing. Like, you're 6-1. I get it. You're in the AFC South. I get it. Like I think this week they have Tennessee. Like, you have a lot of easy games, but they're beating the shit out of teams, guys, and they're looking pretty good doing it. So for sure, Colts are contenders. Yeah, Chargers. Let's talk about them. Both going to agree they're 100% pretenders to me.
Yeah, and it's too bad because
injuries are really bad.
Injuries are bad. Here's the thing. I think that the Chargers were contenders and could be contenders if they, figure out how to work around some of these injuries and get them back on a thing where it's like, hey, we're not going to – the Colts at this point are the best team in football, like inarguably if you look at statistics. So saying like that this game proves anything about the Chargers, it doesn't. Now, I think that our discussion about the Chargers contender pretender is totally different if they are the second team to beat the Colts yesterday, but also if they hadn't lost games to some shitty teams, to some mediocre teams. And so listen, it's still year 2 of Harbaugh. I think they have the potential to maybe right the ship this year and return to contender status, but right now
I don't.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I like Harbaugh. I just think the D has been the D was great last year. The D has been sus this year. Again, you have just major. You watched that game yesterday. Justin Herbert's getting chased around the whole field. I mean,
yeah.
They have 2 serious star elite level offensive linemen hurt. Like,
and I think that's a big part of it. But also, NFL's the next man up thing.
I was going to say, like,
and sometimes
I don't like to use it, but sometimes you have to.
Yeah, and sometimes those situations, and this is why I'm giving them a slight glimmer of hope, is sometimes guys step in and they're never going to be as good as the all-pro, but they figure out
how to play,
how to they come together as an offensive line, and all of a sudden it's not a train wreck again. And so late in the season, they start to feel themselves, and you put yourself on. I'm not saying the Chargers are going to become a contender again. I'm not ready to bury them, but right now you got to just feel like no consistency, health issues, getting steamrolled by teams.
Well, and also that division.
Yeah.
Right. You got the Chiefs and you got the Broncos, who are also on my list for contender pretender. Look, the Chiefs, watch out, everybody. I know it was the Raiders.
Listen.
I know it was the Raiders, but you got your boys back. Rice is now back. Joins Worthy. I just like I watched a lot of yesterday's game. And then I turned it off, basically at halftime it was a blowout. So I switched over to, you can choose 4 games at once through Sunday Ticket. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna X this one out. But it's like the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man. Like,
listen, we could play this game every week of every NFL season that Patrick Mahomes is healthy and Andy Reid's the head coach, and until they're eliminated from playoff contention, they're a contender. And
yeah,
I think that's not me sucking off the Chiefs. It's just like being respectful.
yeah, I agree.
You have to respect what this like. Here's the
They've
thing.
never not. They've
Right
always
now,
played an AFC title game.
I was
under
about to
Patrick
say,
Mahomes.
right now,
7 years in a row.
right now, if somebody asked any NFL fan, right now, I'll give you even money that the Chiefs don't make the AFC Championship game. Any NFL fan that was like, I'll take that bet. Any NFL fan that says that would say an even money bet and would bet on the Chiefs not making it is not a competent NFL fan. Even money the Chiefs make, like, it's at least 50-50
Yeah, I agree.
that the Chiefs are playing in the AFC Championship game this year.
I agree.
And if you don't think so,
you don't watch.
You don't watch.
I mean, again, it's the LeBron run in the Eastern Conference in the NBA. It's like until they're not in an AFC title game, why would you ever bet against them? So Broncos, I think, are pretenders. I just think that their D is great. Now their D definitely showed a lot of cracks yesterday, but I don't have enough faith in Bo Nix. I don't have enough faith in Sean Payton. I just think they're pretenders.
Bo Nix looked pretty good yesterday in the fourth quarter, obviously.
Yeah, fourth quarter he did.
But to me, it's 100%. My lack of faith in them is entirely in Sean Payton.
Yeah. I think he gets too cute.
Because the Giants were fucking like the Giants defense was pitching a shutout through 3 quarters, dude.
Yeah. Bills, I'm not going to say much. We're both going to agree. Bills are obviously contenders. They've lost 2 in a row, but they're contenders. Patriots. That's an interesting discussion. They're now 5-2.
Congratulations to everybody that bumped up the Patriots line to what was on my betting app a max of 16.5 that turned into plus 280. Congratulations and you're welcome to anybody who took go and buy an alternate line for the Mike Vrabel revenge game. What was it? 34-13 was the final?
It was 31-13.
31-13. I bumped it up to minus 16.5.
No shit.
Cover.
Yeah, it was 31-13. Wow. Yeah, Tennessee didn't score after halftime. I watched a lot of that game.
Weird.
Trick May looks good.
Weird that they went interim coach David Spade.
He used to coach the Chargers. Is that McCoy?
Yeah, McCoy.
Yeah,
The butt cut and the visor.
They look good, man. They were running the ball. Drake May is really good.
Yeah.
He's playing really, really good.
I mean, again, Drake May should be that's the Jackson Dart progression. And I think Jackson Dart's looked more impressive this year so far than Drake May did last year.
He does. But again, now we got a competent coach, right?
Right.
We got a guy who is going to run the ball, is going to get his defense plan. You know, the question is, I'll say contender. Now, again, we've never seen them in the playoffs. We've never seen Drake May in those pressure-packed situations. But I'm going to say contender. Dude, they're in first place.
Yeah. The beating the Bills in a primetime game
on the road
is a big part of it.
That's a big part of it for me.
They're borderline for me. I think like you said, I think you kind of have to go contender.
Well, how about this, Joe? They're 4-0 on the road with a second-year quarterback. I mean,
right. listen, to me, it's, if you're asking me this, it's kind of a coin flip in my head. But one side of the coin is Mike Vrabel, and it keeps coming up Vrabel's head.
Well, I mean, look, people could really pick it apart and go Ruther, and this is fair. Their wins are at the Dolphins, at the Saints, at the Titans, besides the Bills.
Right.
Man, that Raiders loss to open the season is tough, huh? At home.
Yep.
But again, they got the Browns at home next week. Like, they got the Browns and then Falcons at home. I mean, Joe, we could easily be looking at a 7-2.
Yep.
Patriots team.
To me, it's the Vrabel factor.
I agree. So we're both going to put them as contenders. Steelers, we're both going to agree. I'm just going to throw them in there because they're technically in the playoff hunt right now, leading the division. We're both going to agree Steelers are pretenders.
Absolutely. This is, you know what's funny? Justin Wood's going to love this. And Justin, before you send us a text or a voicemail or a group chat or whatever, I did pick up your hat yesterday. There was a hat at Edgewood yesterday that just said The Wood. I bought it for Justin. So we got Justin The Wood hat. In fact, shout out to Ian from McDuff's up here. Ian actually got you the hat, Justin. So there's that. But a couple of years ago, the year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, I said, you're not a contender if you lose to the Jets. And when the Bengals made the Super Bowl, everybody's like, no, contender, because the Jets. And I go, I have 100% confidence in the Rams winning this game because you guys lost to the Jets. And I'm going to say this. You're not a contender if you lose to the Bengals. If you lose to this Bengals team, you are not a contender. And for that reason, I'm out.
I agree. Their defense is terrible. And I think that, their offense has had some games, but I think there's a lot of holes in the offense too. All right, NFC. Contender, pretender.
At 2-5, I don't think the Giants can be contenders. Like, as much as I believe in the Anakin Skywalker, the fact that Jackson Dart is a Jedi does give me some pause in saying pretender. But I think at 2-5, I'm going to go pretender. Thanks for asking, Andy.
Okay, cool. Moving on to some real teams.
Okay.
Eagles. Big win yesterday. Jalen Hurts had to make some throws, and he did. It was his best passing performance, I think, in quite some time. Over 300 yards, 3 TDs, had some nice passes. Given the state of the NFC and their defending champs, of course I'm going to say contenders.
Yeah, I'm going to say contenders. As much as, like, I don't believe in this Eagles team, to be, like you said, in the NFC, defending champs, having the playoff experience, having Saquon Barkley I don't know what, I'm still unsure what is going on with the way they're utilizing Saquon Barkley, but down the stretch, that's, you have a closer. They're a contender. And just the same way I said about the Chiefs, if you weren't, like, it would just be horrifically biased for me, even with a lack of belief in them. That is more than most people to not say that they're a contender.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to definitely elevate their game. I don't have them as high on this list as other teams. But given all those things, I think they're contenders. Green Bay Packers have not impressed me since that 2-0 start.
Yeah.
They're now 4-1-1, but again, had to come from behind. They were big favorites on the road against our boy Josie
Michael
and the
Parsons'
Pussycats.
game, though, has got to, like, make your spidey sense start ticking up, right? It's like they didn't look good, but they got a win. But is he starting to feel a little healthier? He's starting to come alive because everybody kind of, the 2-0 start combined with the fact that they got this guy who could be a crazy playmaker and be the kind of person that in primetime playoff games is just like wreaking havoc. So I think they're a contender, but also right now, I think the next couple of weeks would really determine, like, you got to start reeling off a couple wins. You got to go on a little bit of run. You got to start asserting some dominance, because right now they're, like you just said about the Eagles, they're not that high on my list.
Yeah, they got to definitely agree. They got to elevate their game. There's some other teams in this list who I'm much higher on.
But
Like,
Josh Jacobs is a nice, like, I'm gonna say they're contenders, right? Because here's why I would say the Packers are contenders. I'd be more worried about getting burned by the Packers saying they're pretenders and going on a run than the reverse.
Yeah, agreed. But, like, for example, on this list, I'm higher up on the Bucks and the Rams.
No doubt about it.
I mean, pretenders for sure. I'm sorry, contenders for sure.
There is not let's just pivot to the Bucks right now. There's not a team in the NFL that could play the Bucks home or away that I'm not like, the Bucks could very well win this game.
I mean, even tonight, they're down all these receivers. That spread keeps moving. I don't know if you follow it. Now it's line 6.5. And I'm like, it's disrespectful to Baker at this point. Like, I know he's going to be playing with some third, fourth stringers, but, like, it's on the road. I never count them out. That's my thing. Even if they go down a couple touchdowns tonight. And I think Todd Bowles is a really good defensive coach. I'm never going to count them out. So obviously Bucks are contenders. The Rams I've been very impressed with, if we want to pivot to them. I mean, that was real early your time. I watched that game. That was an absolute beatdown of Jacksonville.
I lost you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've been able to hear you. That was an absolute beatdown.
I'm back, I think.
Of the Jags in London. No Puka, no problem. In fact, right now, on my list, if I looked at my top 2 contenders, I'm going to have the Bucks and the Rams. Yeah, go for it. Joe's got some technical difficulties. I'm going to have the Bucks and the Rams. I mean, right now, at this very moment, we'll see how it plays out, how it shakes out in the NFC. Now, the Niners are also 5-2. If the Seahawks win tonight, they're 5-2. And that's just that both Western divisions are in the AFC and NFC are really tough this year. Really tough, good divisions. But we all know the Niners QB situation. We all know the Niners injuries. I just like the Rams a lot right now. I like the way they're playing on both sides of the ball. Getting a lot of turnovers. And then I see, what's his name? Matthew Stafford's. He's like low-key having just an amazing season. Does he lead the NFL in touchdown passes? I think he leads the NFL in touchdown passes. Let's see this. He's got 7. Matthew Stafford has 17 touchdowns to 2 interceptions this year, almost 1,900 passing yards. He's playing absolutely amazing. Stafford's playing lights out. He's moving up in the MVP odds. Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. I said he's throwing 17 touchdowns this year to 2 picks. I saw Richard Sherman, and it's funny because they were playing against each other. Great point. Richard Sherman tweeted yesterday. He said, like, how insane it is that Trevor Lawrence is making $11 million more this year than Matt Stafford. It's crazy. I'm really big on the Rams right now.
Yeah, especially in the NFC.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you a question. You like the Rams or the Eagles?
Rams. It's not no hesitation.
Yeah.
Their defense is better this year, and they have a much better quarterback.
Yeah.
And a better coach. So it's like not even a question.
Yeah. Did you do anybody besides the Bucks and the Rams since
I was going to get to
and I'm assuming it's contender on both of them.
Yeah, and in the last two I have are Niners and Seahawks. It's that division.
Pretender.
I agree. It's just too many injuries for the
Niners.
For the Niners, and then the Seahawks. Like, dude, I'm seeing like all these fucking dorks. I'm calling you dorks. I don't know what it was, ESPN or the Athletic. Like, did the Vikings make the mistake of going to JJ McCarthy instead of Sam Darnold? They only lost 3 games last year. I don't really care if they only lost 3 games. Matt Stafford and the Rams literally took a hot, steamy, speaking of Mardi Gras dump all over them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't like regular season means nothing to me. And by the way, I don't know if it was the right or wrong decision, but based on a guy you drafted, based on rookie salary, that rookie contract, like, I just, why do you like everyone's, Darnold's having a great year. Cool.
Also, JJ McCarthy's hurt.
Yeah.
Like, not that I think he'd be playing like exceptional, but like they're running out Carson Wentz, and they could have won that game.
They could have.
Now, did you do the Lions?
No, they're the last team I have on my list.
Okay.
I mean, they're a contender, but like I don't have faith in them because of Goff.
I'm going straight pretender.
You're just gonna go straight pretender.
I actually think that this would be the poster child for what this game is about. At some point, you have to make a decision on a team. It's like, oh, everything's about them. Saying the Bears are a pretender. It's like, yeah, the Bears are a pretender. Saying the Saints are a pretender. Like, you don't just pick teams that have no chance of winning the Super Bowl and play like contender pretender. The name of the game is picking teams that seemingly do have a shot. This is the paper tiger team. This is the team. No, I don't believe in the Lions.
But when you say you don't believe in Detroit, does that mean like to make a Super Bowl, to win?
To win this, I don't think they have a legitimate chance to win the Super Bowl, no matter what way things break. I don't think Jared Goff can perform week in and week out against playoff quality teams.
Yeah, and that's fair. I don't think he can either, but my thing is like you never know what can happen, I guess.
I guess theoretically he could not play playoff quality teams in the.
No, I'm saying like he did make a Super Bowl. Do I think he gets back there? No, because Sean McVay was kind of the mastermind behind all that, calling the plays and his offensive scheme. I think the NFC continues to just be so damn wide open, though. Like, because the thing is, a team like the Rams is in such a tough division. It's like nobody's going to run away with anything here. Yeah. Nobody. Right? Nobody wins more than 12. I don't think anybody wins more than 12 games in the NFC.
No.
This is definitely going to be a year where the number 1 seed is going to be very important in that league, I think. I don't know. Seems like we mostly agree on these squads.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely lines up with how we like QBs and certain QBs who play well, especially come crunch time, playoff time. But yeah, I've been impressed by the Rams. Now I know they lost that game to Niners. I think McVay was just outcoached that game.
Division game. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, things are sitting pretty good right now in LA for sports after that Ohtani game 4, which
So much has happened in sports. It's crazy that we're this deep in the show without talking about the greatest postseason performance by a baseball player in the history of the sport.
yeah, it's not even close. So 3 for 3, 3 bombs, 6 innings, 0 runs, 2 hits.
It's Godzilla. It's insane.
Yeah.
He's a radioactive super monster. It's insane.
It's almost not fair.
And he got himself at plus 1,700 to hit 3 home runs in that game.
I was waiting for a bet joke.
It's the single greatest thing ever. I mean, it was in a matter of days. I tuned in. The only time I ever watch SportsCenter is when I'm on the road doing stuff, because I'm like, otherwise I'm keeping up all the shit. Sometimes I need to like check in and get all of my sports in one place. But in almost back-to-back days, it was like every time SportsCenter came back last night, it was a new historical fact about the Giants' loss. First since the merger, teams with a 19-point lead going into the fourth quarter are 2 and 3,677. It's the first time any team's blown up 33 point, given up 33 points in the fourth quarter since, whatever. The Ohtani, it was the same thing on Ohtani on Friday, or whatever. Fucking today's, Friday. Is it Friday?
I think it was Friday.
On Friday night, it was just like pitchers who have thrown 6 shutout innings in the playoffs, like since blah blah blah, like 200 3 home run games in the playoffs, like 14 guys who have done both. It's 1.
So here's an interesting post I saw. Shohei Ohtani's 10-year, $700 million contract is enormous, but according to sources, the Dodgers have already made back the entirety, again, $700 million, in Ohtani's first season in tickets, marketing deals in Japan, /global/merchandise. His impact on baseball's growth cannot be understated. So they're basically saying he made, with his popularity obviously over there in Japan and in Asia, they've already made that $700 million. It's already, it's fine.
It's insane.
It's just we're never I don't know when we're gonna see this. Like you're saying. I mean, 3 bombs in a game is insane. Then do you also pitch
in a game clinching game 4 playoff game against the best team in the National League by record, where you also pitch 6 shutout innings. It's insane. There's nothing that I could do on this show in terms of like breaking this down that's going to be any more of a complete thought than it's the single greatest performance by a baseball player in a postseason game, maybe a regular season game ever.
It'd be like if you Amelia could top it would be like if you banged a chick in a porta potty and then you flew.
I somehow knew you were about to say this.
And then you flew to LA and then you hopped in the Savage Town dumpster and banged a chick in that. And then you flew back to New York.
Back to the East Coast and you had sex at the White House.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the subway. I was just thinking of gross spots. I mean, realistically, all jokes aside, like it's almost unfathomable to like say what he did.
Andy, if he had just hit 3 home runs,
that's what I'm saying.
People would be talking about this. Hold on. If Shohei Ohtani had just been the DH in that game and hit 3 home runs, people would be like, holy fucking shit, game, they fucking sealed it. If Shohei Ohtani, who's also a hitter, just went 1 for 4 with a single and also pitched 6 scoreless innings, you're like, bro, He was the DH in that game. He got a hit and he pitched. He hit 3 home runs and pitched 6 scoreless innings. This is the football equivalent of a quarterback throwing 5 TDs and running for 3 TDs and having an interception on defense.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna say it's the equivalent of definitely 2 interceptions on defense, and you score 3 touchdowns as a wide receiver. But what's crazy is because of baseball, lack of marketing and lack of just lack of a plan for a better term. Like it's kind of like it's under the radar. I know it was Friday night. I know it's a late game in LA. I know there's some bad things going against them, but like it's kind of just slipped under the radar with football.
And let me just follow up with the Dave Roberts after the game comments. If Dave Roberts wasn't in the top bunk of an army bed with the blankets being held down and every Major League Baseball owner running through with soap and socks beating him, then Major League Baseball is actively trying to fail. If the commissioner of baseball didn't call him up and go, if you ever do some shit like that again, we're going to put a bomb in your car. Then baseball, they said we're ruining baseball. Let's keep ruining baseball. Are you special needs? It's like they let the fucking, you talk about the high school basketball manager play on the team. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Let's keep ruining baseball. They gave $1 billion to Godzilla, who literally could have done this game without me tonight. Let's show him who's really boss. The team who paid for all the best players.
So you also, this is what's interesting. We talk about flying under the radar.
Dave Roberts is playing in his family's turkey bowl on Thanksgiving, and everybody's out there. I was like, yeah, let's just every play you just kind of like throw little passes. We have a fun little game. He's in the huddle and he's like, I want a handoff on a fullback dive, and they're like, we're not doing handoffs. Like, let's just throw the ball around. He's like, no, I want a handoff on a fullback dive, and the family's like, okay, and they hand him a ball, and he runs over the 4-year-old niece of the family. Runs over, knee to the face, her chin explodes, blood everywhere. He fucking Allen Iverson, Tyronn Lue walks over her body into the end zone of the family turkey bowl. And then as everybody's huddling around the 4-year-old niece, who's now very injured because an adult man ran her over, he takes the football and he spikes her writhing body. He's like, take that, you little fucking slut. Try tackling me, slut. And they're like, what are you doing, bro? Now let's keep ruining baseball. I managed us out of 3 other World Series, but then you guys gave me a Marvel character.
Yeah, he's an idiot. Well, you have that insane night, and then now you got a game 7 in the other league,
which is all I want. Watching the game last night, I was like, let's go, Blue. All I want is, I love a game 7. So excited about a game 7. What a great series it's been. Back and forth. And now you get to go to Toronto, play in, you get a game 7 at home.
And I assume they'll be favorites.
Yeah. And I think they probably win that game, but it's a game 7, and you know what that means. Anything is possible. And you almost at this point, when you get something like that, you almost count on it being a great game. And if you don't live in greater Los Angeles are of Mexican descent or related to Tommy Lasorda, you are rooting for whoever wins that game.
Yeah.
And I hope Dave Roberts is like, you know what? I got a fucking great idea. Let's start Kershaw game 1.
Did he jinx the Dodgers with those comments?
Probably not, because they, have Thor, the god of fucking thunder.
Yeah.
Are you watching people fuck in public urinals again?
Yeah. So I we don't have to play. I was trying to pull up the Dave Roberts thing, and then I saw another video of his post game press conference. He's getting pretty cocky.
Yeah.
Like I said, we talked about this. It'd be not, either series is kind of appealing. A Toronto, Los Angeles.
Yeah, either one will be great. I'm rooting for Toronto, Los Angeles. Either one will be great. I'll be rooting for Toronto. I'll be the world's biggest Mariners fan if they win. Fuck the Dodgers at this point. Fuck Dave Roberts. But also, Shohei Ohtani is God. Unbelievable to watch. Can't wait to see what he does in the World Series. It's insane, like building a fucking like building a legacy, like Hall of Famer already shit.
Yeah.
And you love this. You love this for baseball. The AL going to Game 7, the NL sweep seemingly. It's like this is what sports is about. Right now, it feels like the team that comes out of the AL are the Giants, and the fucking Dodgers are the Patriots, and everybody will have them minus 1.5 games in the series. And some team from Canada or some young kids from fucking Seattle have a chance to shock the world.
Well, we have we're talking about these different sports cities. We have a call. Let's bring up the old show hotline, 859-832-0478. We got a call about this current state of Indiana sports here.
Wow. Is it mostly based around the fever?
Right. Yeah. Riding a big high here.
Hey, boys. It's your Indiana DirtBall Preston. And I've avoided talking about it because it hurt too much, but I finally wanted to call in. The Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton. He's gone this year, but I'm a believer. The state of Indiana is a believer. He will be back. And I'm talking the NBA Finals. I cannot and I could not be more excited for the Starting Five documentary. I'm excited to see all those guys, but to see Halliburton on that will be amazing. I think Shea on that will be amazing. I'm super excited for that. But boys, the buzz in Indiana for sports right now as a whole is incredible. In my entire life, I can't remember a time where every single team was competing for championships. IU football, the Pacers, the Colts are playing amazing right now. Purdue's going to be ranked #1 in the country in basketball. It's just the fever went to the semifinals with injured players. I mean, it's just from the top to the bottom. We're competing, and it's amazing. So I'm excited for Indiana basketball, for football. Halliburton will be back. Stay dirty, boys.
I think we're caught in the moment a little there, my man, Preston.
Talk to me about Indiana football. This is how much I don't care about college football.
I have not watched them either. I believe they're number 2, number 3. They had a big win. They haven't lost. They won on the road at Oregon, which is obviously not an easy place to play. Let's see here. NCAA football rankings. They're currently ranked number 2 behind Ohio State. 7-0. So yeah.
Sometimes I feel bad when somebody makes a call like this, because I feel like seems like a good kid. I have no problem with the state of Indiana. I can't think of a team other than the Pacers I even have a problem with. But Halliburton's not playing this year.
Well, he's saying they're going to make it back to the finals. He's going to play in the finals.
This year, he thinks that?
I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Indiana football, we think that Cinderella story holds up?
No.
Okay.
Purdue basketball? No. I don't even follow college basketball as well either. At this point, it's like Colts again. I think they're nice. I don't think they
Also, let me ask you. It seemingly, I understand that. I understand what he's saying about the state of Indiana, but like, as a fan, can a caller claim Purdue and claim Indiana football?
No, you can't. They're big rivals.
But I understand saying the except, like, everyone's like, if you're a Purdue fan, at least you have basketball. If you're an Indiana fan, at least you have football. So I understand that. I understand the context of like the state of Indiana sports. But one of those teams, if one of those teams wins, half of the population is pissed, and if the other, and yet neither of us believe in either of them, even though we don't care for college sports, just because college sports has become NIL fest, and I'm just going to go ahead and assume that they're Indiana and Purdue aren't the ones luring the best players with these fucking mega NIL contracts. So when all is said and done, they're probably going to get Dodgerified by somebody. I've joked, like, are we most excited about the Fever? At least the Fever have the best player in the WNBA, or one of them, certainly one that's going to be for a long time, and made the semifinals without her. So I think best chance to win a championship of all those teams, I'm going the Fever.
Probably the Fever, I guess.
And then we said the Colts are a contender, and you got to be excited to be a Colts fan right now. But also, like, you know, that feels like that's driving it all. Like, it feels like without the Colts being the best team in the NFL thus far, I don't know if there's like an Indiana dominance bus that's being driven.
Oh, the Colts 100% are driving it all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
But listen, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. Like, I'm not saying don't enjoy this.
Yeah.
You live in Indiana. You should absolutely enjoy this. It's like Applebee's announcing a 3 for $20. But
it's a great deal, by the way.
Yeah, the 2 for $20 is a good deal. But, you take it up to the 3 for $20. All of a sudden, people are like, listen, how am I not supposed to get excited about this?
There's some insane deals going on right now, by the way. Like in some of these brands. Have you seen Buffalo Wild Wings?
No.
They got the now I haven't gone, but I see it. And I follow a lot of these brands on social just to see what they're up to. They have a what is it? It's a pick 6 deal. Meal for 2 for $20. You can pick 6 items. It's a pretty good deal.
The two for $20. Eat your W, pick 6. It's the Jameis Winston deal. It's a pick 6.
Yeah, that would be a good. And I know Chili's has got those banger deals. Chili's has got the what has Chili's got right now?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's going to be delivered to my house via some fake restaurant.
That's hilarious.
Like, do you want Aunt May's old school cookie, fucking, hot pan cookie or whatever it is? I'm like, ooh, how old has Aunt May been doing this? She's established in 1918. How have I not heard about this 110-year-old cookie establishment. They're like, gotcha, it's Chili's, bitch.
Yeah, Chili's has got the you get an entree, fries, soda, chips, and salsa for $10.99. And they eating into that fast food. It's funny because Prano technical difficulties again. It's funny. He's like all geeked about his new computer. I don't know what's going on, but he's fizzling out again. That would actually be something fun to possibly do if we looked at teams as far as like these deals, these contenders, pretenders, like who's the Chili's deal, who's the Applebee's, who's the Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'm back again.
What's happening today?
I don't know. I think it's just because I'm not at my usual setup. I've got some different wiring situation happening, different headphones.
You need McGruber there to fix it. He's good at the wiring.
My thing with the streamers, can we not act like if you lose connection with a microphone for a second that you have to go into full fucking like it's like 1,000 alarms go off and they're like, you are unconnected. Plug it back in. So why don't you just go right back to where, oh, this thing came unplugged. All right, well, I plugged it back in. Can you just go back to the settings it was just on instead of having me now hit 46 buttons to like when a microphone comes unplugged from StreamYard, it's like trying to make a girl come to get it go back on. You know, like fucking blow on the clit a little bit, not too deep.
Why did I just think in my head? I don't even know what. My head keeps going back to that stupid porta potty. Baker Mayfield's definitely banged a girl in a porta potty, right?
Yes. And that's why he's never scared.
So I can change up one of my, as we get out of here, I want to ask your opinion real quick. I can change up. I'm in that pick 7 league, and God damn you, Washington. Dude, I was 4 for 4. I had those 2 games. I had the Giants covering and I had Washington covering. So now I'm 5 of 6. So I can't win this week. And then my last game I picked was I had the Bucks at -5.5, which is now 6.5. Who do you think has a better? I can change one of these 2 tonight. Who do you think has a better chance of covering tonight? The Bucks at -5.5,
Plus
or
5.5.
What's that?
Bucks plus 5.5.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Bucks plus 5.5. And then I got this Texans Seahawks game where Seahawks are -3.5.
Is that game in
Seattle? Texans D is good though, dude. They're giving up the fewest amount of points in the NFL.
I like the Bucks.
I do too. Okay, I'm gonna stay.
Hey, listen, my picks for the week, I had the Cards to cover, the Eagles to cover, the Pats to cover, or the Pats to cover a fucking alternate lineup 16.5. Got all those. Got burned on Miami, got burned on the Commanders. My other one on my list was Bucks plus 5.5. So I had a really good week so far, and I had Bucks plus 5.5. So do we believe Joe Prano's week gets better, or do we believe Joe Prano comes closer to having a 50-50 week? I don't know. I like the Bucks.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with them then. Hotline 859-832-0478.
Give us a ring.
Who's got better sports right now than the Hoosiers, the Colts, the Boilermakers, and the Fever?
And don't forget the Pacers without their best player.
Correct.
And I guess technically the Fever without their best player too.
Yeah.
You guys can come see me. I got a show Tuesday, Airliner Bar, running back a great workout room there, a first-class comedy at Airliner. You can find that on my Instagram. Wednesday at the Airliner Bar. Thursday, just like we did a fantastic charity show up here for the Boys and Girls Club on Saturday, we're doing another fantastic charity show, California Coastal Horse Rescue charity show at the Ojai Underground in Ojai. Lachlan Patterson, Jessimae Peluso, Jessica Michelle Singleton, myself, Tom Clark. It's going to be a great show, and we'll save some horses. So if you're in the Ojai area, come out to that. JoeParano.com for shows coming up. New York coming up. Vegas coming up. Yeah. Give me a follow. Come see a show.
Cool. All right, guys. That is our show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys on Friday. Have a great week. And as always, stay dirty.